Russia will repair 6 Tu-95MS bombers, 3 sent to Taganrog near Ukraine's front line, giving Kiev a chance to target them effectively. This was reported on the Espreso broadcast by Ukrainian military expert Ivan Kyrychevskyi. The date on Russia's strategic aviation modernization plans were published by a private intelligence company, Dallas. Accordingly, we can rely on their information. However, if you read carefully what they wrote, you can find very interesting details. In particular, there is a window of opportunity opening up for the Ukrainian Defense Forces. According to Russian plans, 6 strategic Tu-95MS bombers are scheduled for maintenance, possibly with some modernization. 3 of them are to be sent for repairs in Taganrog, which is only 150 kilometers from the front line. Judging by the budget of over 15 billion rubles, a complex set of works is expected there. Kyrychevskyi explained. According to the expert, it is likely that the Russians plan to modernize these warplanes and install pylons for Kh-101 missiles to have more capabilities for missile strikes on Ukrainian territory. Probably the Russians want to attach pylons to these warplanes for Kh-101 missiles. It is little known, but about half of the Russian Tu-95MS have pylons for external suspension of Kh-101 missiles. The other half are equipped for the older Kh-55 missiles. So, if the data about repairs in Taganrog is true, then we will have a great opportunity to reduce Russia's strategic aviation fleet by at least 3 Tu-95MS aircraft. If not with ATACMS, then domestic drones or Neptune missiles could work well, he added. Recall, Russia is actively pursuing an expansion of its strategic bomber capabilities through a significant investment program aimed at refurbishing and modernizing its fleet of Soviet-era long-range aircraft. Based on intelligence obtained by the private research and analysis firm Dallas, the Russian Ministry of Defense has authorized and financed the capital repair of 6 Tu-95M bombers, a Cold War-era platform still forming the backbone of Russia's airborne strategic deterrent. The work, approved in March 2025, is being carried out under a contract reportedly worth over $270 million. The refurbishment is being undertaken jointly by the 360th Aircraft Repair Plant in Ryazan and the GM Beriev Aviation Scientific and Technical Complex in Taganrog. According to the available documentation, the cost of repairing a single Tu-95MS bomber exceeds $45 million. The strategic implications of this trend are likely to be closely monitored by NATO and regional defense planners, particularly in view of Russia's ongoing use of air-launched cruise missiles in its campaign against Ukraine and the broader context of deteriorating East-West security relations. Chechen Republic leader Ramzan Kadyrov's health is reportedly deteriorating, prompting him to initiate a power transition. His 17-year-old son Adam may be the chosen successor. But Russian President Vladimir Putin does not want Kadyrov to be succeeded by his third son, they say. Two Chechen insiders familiar with the inner workings of Kadyrov's government told Al Jazeera that, despite the differential tones, Kadyrov has had a falling out with Putin over his preferred successor, his third son, Adam Kadyrov, who turned 17 last November. The sources requested anonymity as rights groups have previously documented a harsh crackdown on dissent in Chechnya, including the persecution of Kadyrov critics and their loved ones. Putin refused to have Adam as a successor, one of the sources said. In 2023, Ramzan posted a video purporting to show his son in a pre-trial detention center assaulting a Russian man who had burned a copy of the Quran. Ramzan said he was proud of Adam, who federal investigators said cannot face assault charges because of his age. The younger Kadyrov has been appointed to several official positions, including the head of Chechnya's Security Council. Kadyrov Sr. reportedly has necrotizing pancreatitis, a health condition with a low survival rate and kidney problems that require frequent dialysis. The sources Al Jazeera interviewed claimed he was hospitalized several times in critical condition and spends hours in the Imed family clinic in Chechnya's administrative capital, Grozny, every day and often stays overnight. Since early February, Kadyrov has significantly changed his lifestyle. Sources say he now regularly spends time at the private Imed clinic and occasionally stays overnight under medical supervision. He travels in his own motorcade, mostly only in Grozny, and uses a medical helicopter for regional travel. His official duties have been largely reduced to social media posts managed by his press service. Public appearances and ceremonial functions have increasingly been delegated to Chechen Prime Minister Magomed Daudov. Kadyrov has 14 children, 6 of whom are adults. Aishat was the first child of Kadyrov to start a business and build a career in the civil service. She was followed by other children of the Chechen leader. At the same time, Aishat remains the only one who realized herself as a businesswoman, bureaucrat, and regional politician. However, Novaya Gazeta Europe reports that Kadyrov is focusing on Adam as his successor. He is often described as a young copy of Ramzan in Chechnya. A key signal of Kadyrov's changing priorities was the unexpected resignation of his daughter Aishat from the post of Deputy Prime Minister, accompanied by her 2 sisters' exit from government roles.